So this is the most anticipated and most hyped ship in Infinite Galaxy. Today we're gonna review the Titan, and we're gonna take a look if it is really worth all of your speed ups and resources and everything that you're going to grind for the Galaxy Star event. We're gonna try to be as honest as we can in here and be straightforward to reviewing the Titan ship. Now, I don't have the Titan ship. I've considered on trying to get it. I have 5 out of 50. Let's take a look and deep down in here into the skills of the Titan ship and the competition as well, because the amount of the resources that you're going to be using, the amount of speed ups, the amount of corium, is it worth getting the Titan ship compared to getting another ship? We're going to compare the Titan ship with the Hades ship. Now, I am a sponsored content creator here in Infinite Galaxy. Now, if you guys want to see more regular contents about Infinite Galaxy, I hope you guys would consider subscribing to support this channel. We're growing in here and we're creating regular Infinite Galaxy content here in this channel. If you want some great tips, guides, and a review of ships in here that will help you to succeed in Infinite Galaxy, please do consider subscribing. And of course, if you like the video topic that we're doing today, I hope you would consider smashing that thumbs up as well. Now, let's take a look into the Titan ship right now. In here, I don't have him, right? Now, what we're going to be looking into, we're going to look into the skill 2, skill 3, skill 4, and skill 5. This one is pretty much standard anyway to whatever weapon type they are with the other ships, so we're not really going to review this. We know that the Titan is a missile type of weapon, so it's going to cater for the missile type of ships. Now, first thing that we're going to look into is the attack boost. Now, we can see that the Titan has a 50.4% warship attack. So the warship attack is going to be for the entire fleet that you're going to be bringing in, right? With the Titan, it's nice because you can put mixed type of fleets. So you can put a different missile specialty warship for the Titan. It will work well. Now, if you have like a frigates that are missile type, or you have a destroyer that is a missile type, then it would work, right? There is no missile type, by the way, for the cruisers, just FYI. Now, with the Titan, what you can do, you can cater with a frigate or a cruiser that are missile type. Would really benefit you really well.
Now, how does the range really benefit for this one? So you know that frigates are very close range. So what the Titan is able to make for the frigates that are going to be missile type is that it's going to increase its range, so it's not going to be the first one to like kind of die off. So if you end up stacking, your frigates would probably be a little bit further away compared to the other flagships that are with your allies. They're going to be probably a much closer. Let's say if they have an Artemis and you stack together, so the Artemis frigates will be up front first. Now, what's nice about this also is allows your destroyers, you know, if you set up with destroyers, to have a much further range at a 25.2%. But that's pretty much it for this skill. That is the only thing that is going to be benefiting for this flagship, is increasing the warship range. It's pretty good, you know, range is very important in Infinite Galaxy.
Now, the fourth skill here is the last stand. This is going to increase the attack at 126%. We're only looking at the max level here for the flagship because that's the end goal, right? Now, the key thing in here when you're looking into Titan is that the description is very important. It says your increased attack when the total HP of the deployed fleet is less than 50%. So when you come out with 100% and start attacking somebody, you're not getting that 126% buff. All right, so you have to look into that. Now, since you're not getting the 126% buff right away, it's kind of like a bad deal, because you have to wait for your ship to go to 50% before you can benefit on the 126%, right? So you have less ship, but then you have a lot of attack. It would probably feel like you still have a full troop, but if you actually had a full troop already and have that buff, that's the way it goes. It's better. Now, there are other flagships that has much better attack buff than the Titan. But we're still going to review the Titan here. So the last skill of the Titan, warship attack in battle. So you have to be in battle with another commander. So if you're battling PvE, so it's not going to work. If you're just fighting an event or the rims, you have to be fighting the commander for you to get that benefit of 75.6% for the attack as well as the armor. Now I'm populating a image here just to summarize the skill 2, skill 3, skill 4, and skill 5 of the Titan. Now overall, now looking into this last stand, this is what kind of throws me off, is that the 50%. Why can't it just be at 100%? Then you get a lot of benefit. Now, if this is really 100%, you know, when it first come out of your spaceport and you get 126% total warship attack, then that's very good. I played with other RTS games and they have some similar situations to where like, oh, at 50% you get this buff activated. By the time you get into that 50%, you have to understand that your flagship in here is also damaged. Your shield is damaged. Your armor, of course, for all your different warships, right? You only have 50%, so you have 50% armor as well, basically. So there's like catch-22 here. You're losing some value. You're gaining a value. In my opinion, it's not that great. Now, Titan is the first ship that ever came out for the Galaxy Star. It's a lot of players that are competing for this, meaning there's a lot of resources, speed ups, and corium that are being put for the Titan. Now, is Titan really that worth it? Now, I have a ship that I want to compare the Titan with, and I'm gonna let you basically decide if you think that it is much better than the Titan or not.
So I have the Hades and I have the Artemis. We've talked about these two ships previously. I want to compare Artemis, but I know it's like super like 180 degrees going against the Titan because it's very different. Artemis is not comparable to Titan. If you say Titan is better than Artemis, Artemis is better than Titan, you're completely wrong because they function at a different role. The Artemis is a tank, the Titan is a killer. All right? So what we need to compare the Titan is with another killer, which is a Hades. This flagship is really, really good as well. Now, this flagship, what I like about this is that with the skill 2, it gives you that navigate speed. So this is much faster than the Titan. It increases the fleet leaderships. I can bring more warship alongside of this Hades. So when I bring more warship, I bring more attack, right? And I bring more defense as well. I'm just gonna kind of categorize the shield and the armor because I have more ships surrounding my flagship, right? It's better that way. So it's a lot stronger just by looking at this because you'll have a lot more troops. But not just that, we can't just take a look into the units that you have or the troops. We also need to look into the buff. Because what we have seen with the Titan, you get 50.4% warship attack without the 50% condition. If we go into the Titan, you get this 50.4% attack when it's deployed. So that's actually very good stats. Okay. Now let's go back into the flagship list in here with my Hades. Let's take a look into the third skill. Now I have here Destroyer Attack, 60.5%. Destroyer HP, 60.5%. So just by looking at this, the difference between the Hades and the difference between the Titan, the Hades, you need to be focused more into the Destroyer. And you really need to focus on the laser type destroyer. So it's a little bit less flexible than the Titan. The Titan is a little bit more flexible if I want to go for frigate setup, or if I want to go to destroyer setup, or want to go to mix setup, then I can do that. For the Hades, it's a very distinct flagship for destroyer. Now, looking into the stats just right now, what we can see in here is that the Hades is actually bringing in more stats compared to the Titan. So we're bringing in 60.5% for attack and HP. And previously, when we looked into the Titan, we were able to only bring 50.4% on the attack, and then at 50%, then you get a 50% capacity, you get the 126% attack. But you have to wait at a 50%. Now, there is no buff for HP for the Titan. Now, the hit points is very important because it works alongside with the armor. So this one, we're also increasing the hit points of all of the destroyers that are going to be with the Hades. Now, another skill here that would increase the navigate speed. So what can you see and what can you notice in here? The Hades will get to point A to point B a lot faster, can evade and can catch other flagships in here. Now, this time it has a warship shield increase of 60.5%. Now, looking again on the Titan, there is no warship shield increase for the Titan as well. So for this one, for the Hades, there's a little bit more all around of type of buff that has been going on. Now, in the Titan, we did see that there is a armor at 75.6%, which is much higher, but it is when in battle with other commanders. So with Hades, the skill that you can have with Hades will also work in a PvE scenario, meaning if you're doing battles with the rims, events, maybe you're doing Ghost Ship, there's a good flagship to use. Very good, especially for Ghost Ship, because you can go to point A to point B much, much faster having that navigate speed. Let's take a look into the last skill here. Destroyer range at 34% destroyer attack. So now we're also increasing more attack, right? So the total attack that we're getting is a lot. It's almost about 94.5% just for the destroyer. And that is a lot more than the Titan. Well, we need to not consider that 50%, right, for the Titan, because at 50% capacity, you do get 126%. But this one, at full capacity, you get 94.5% attack with the destroyer already. That is actually absolutely insane. Now, I am not biased in here because I have Hades and I want to promote. But I am trying to show you the differences between the Titan and the Hades so that you can decide which is better in the long run for when you're going to invest. Now, if you really want the Titan, go for it. More power to you. But as I have investigated and looked into this more, it seems like the Hades, it's a much better approach to the Titan and will be much, much cheaper for you. Because if you think about this, for the Titan, you're going to compete with so many players, right? You're going to compete with so many players, and the cost that you can get Hades in here when you try to purchase Hades, and maybe you get lucky and get Hades draw from the box, it's still much cheaper because you're not competing with other players and you're not trying to outrank anybody and overspending. So the Hades is much, much better investment, in my opinion, when it comes to, first of all, financial and as well as total flagship ranking as well. I would definitely put Hades in the top ranks of the flagship tier list. Now, if we need to make a flagship tier list, let me know in the comment section below. We can go through that as well. Now, one of the big thing in here is the range, right? We talked about range earlier, but the Titan has 25.2% range. For the Hades, it has 34.4% range. Now, we're gonna put side by side the stats in here. You guys can take a look. You can see a little bit of a difference in here, which is better for you or not. So right now, here's my stats. I'm at level 37 right now. This is my stats, and we are also rank 3 at the moment. So we're going for rank 4 soon, so we're getting more bonus in here as well. One thing that you need to understand, the Hades can be purchased from the pack. It's somewhere in here. This is where I purchased him. Yeah, right here. If you spend all of this to get Hades, okay, it's probably much, much more cheaper than competing in a total ranking for Hades. Now, it depends on how much of a whale you are. If you're a big whale, you get boat, right? Two of them, really good. It's awesome. You're gonna really wreck everybody. But if you're a medium spender, low spender, or maybe you're free to play, and you're looking to invest on a flagship that will work all around, then you should consider using Hades in here because it's a very good flagship to use. So that's my assessment in here. I bring no hate to Titan and whoever invests on Titan. I think Titan is a very good flagship. Now I just think that at less than 50%, that really kind of threw me off. Yeah, like deployed fleet at 50%. That's something I did not like. Now I'm also going to show you a level 40 flagship that is rank 7. You can take a look at the stats in here. So it's pretty insane for the Titan having that stats, actually. Very, very good. Now, both of these flagship can be obtained in the trade center. You go to the blueprint. You can obtain the Hades class, and you can also obtain the Titan class in here, which is really good. So once you have unlocked the Titan, then you can probably consider on going to get more the Titan blueprint in here than competing for the Galaxy Star event, because it might cost you a lot more than trying to get the FAC credits. So let me know what you think. Are you a Titan gang or a Hades gang? Let me know in the comment section below. And what type of flagship should we review next in the future? Let me know in the comment section below. Hopefully you guys enjoy this content. You know, consider subscribing, support this channel. Hopefully we get to 1,000 subscribers soon. And let's get this going. I appreciate it for those who have checked this channel out. Anyway, thank you, and I will see you again later.